Hey guys, and today I'll be talking about one of the darkest scenes in My Little Pony. And not only is this scene dark, but this whole episode is just dark. And this scene is in the episode A Bird in the Hoof. So this episode was made back in season 1. And honestly, season 1 had some more adult jokes than recent MLP episodes. So season 1 is definitely a bit more of an adult season, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'm not gonna go over the whole episode, but I am gonna talk about some important things for the context of this episode. So, Fluttershy finds, Princess Celestia's bird, and, she thinks that the bird is, very sick because, the bird is coughing and all that. And, honestly, us, the audience, we also think that the bird is sick because, come on. It's coughing and, its feathers are falling off. And this whole episode, we just see this bird, suffering. Later we find out that it's not really suffering, but, eventually all of this leads to, the bird running outside, and then it's on top of, a statue or something. And then the bird literally falls down, and literally, dies, quote unquote. So, of course, the bird does not actually die. It turns out that it was a phoenix the whole time. But still, that's pretty dark for an MLP episode. This whole episode, we see the bird, suffering, and, the bird, fucking hates his life. And then after that, it just completely fucking falls, and we think that the bird fucking dies. And everyone thinks that the bird dies. And, an implied death is definitely very dark for an MLP episode, even though the bird is not actually dead. So even though the bird was not actually sick, and even though the bird did not actually die in the end, this is still kind of dark because it was implied, and that's definitely a bit more on the darker side for MLP. If this episode was released in the modern day, I'm pretty sure this episode would have gotten a higher rating nowadays for the maturity level, because this episode was made back in 2011, and they might have gotten away with this back in 2011, but they sure as fuck would not get away with this right now. Oh yeah, and guys, just to remind you, the bird fell and then bursted into fucking flames and then turned into fucking ashes, alright? That is dark and hardcore. Anyway, so this is definitely not the darkest scene in My Little Pony, because we definitely had darker scenes in the show. Like, for example, in the Mean Six, where the Mean Six literally fucking melt. Anyways, let me know in the comments your opinion on this scene. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then click the other video right here. Or you can click right here if you want to subscribe and join the fun team. Peace out.